So as we hop into things here, we have Wizards of H on the blue side, starting off with that Riven ban again directed towards Fat Booty, taking him off of the champions which he's most well known for. On the red side, it is going to be not allowed to lose. See if possibly they target more bans at Tironas and Rolexus, team that, or the two that gave him a little bit more trouble and could have actually prevented things from running as smoothly as they did.
Yeah, definitely need to keep focus on the bottom lane and probably win through that lane if I'm Worshippers of H. So looking for a hyper carry. They banned the Kai'Sa because they had some trouble with it. Good ban there.
Nami ban again directed towards Unicorn, going to force her onto something different. Had pretty much only played Nami throughout all 6 games now. She might pick up that Lulu again unless they decide to direct another ban at that. Caitlyn ban is a response again. There's the ban towards Tironas. Kai'Sa as well. They know what they don't want to see, especially now that Wally isn't in the lineup.
Yeah, and bans the Karthus just because they don't want to deal with the ult. I was going to say definitely need to start banning some junglers there, being that I think CrustyFartMilker definitely is one of the strongest junglers in the whole intramural tournament. So want to focus him, and he locks in the Kayle. I'm not sure if that's going to be jungle. I actually played jungle Kayle yesterday. It's very slow to start, but her new E is actually surprisingly good for clear. So curious to see if he takes that or if that's a swap to the middle or top lane.
Yeah, it is a Kayle right now for CrustyFartMilker. He has played a support in one game against Avalanche, and they actually did drop that one.
Oh, do they swap around roles? Does Yuuna go or jungle?
Yeah, and when they did that, CrustyFartMilker played support, and then we saw Unicorn play in mid lane, and then Fat Booty, I believe, jumped to the jungle.
Jesus, Josh.
It's something like that.
The Orianna steal, taking it away, even though they locked in Yasuo. That's probably going to go mid, so probably looking to secure some more knockups here, so maybe another Scion pickup. Unless they do have red side, so he might not want to counter pick himself, but they already see the Gnar.
We're going to go with the Vel'koz. A little bit of BM here towards the fact that this is Wally's old main champion. Fat Booty is going to take that for himself.
DarkScorpion.
Yasuo top.
No, Yasuo is going to be 80 carry, I feel. Troll Teemo ban. Not really sure about that one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the cocky...
Yeah. Assassinbug will be happy though about that. He doesn't have to lane against Teemo. He doesn't like laning against Teemo.
I don't think he would have had to anyway. But I'm pretty sure this is a bot lane Yasuo here. Haven't seen Demetrius play it often, but we'll definitely see what goes on.
It'll be very interesting indeed. One thing that I actually do like is Assassinbug helping on this Gnar. It is a champion that he has played a lot of, but doesn't have a lot of competitive experience with. But it's a champion that he does like to play, knows the ins and outs of, and maybe, you know, picking that much more a damage-focused lane up in the top lane. He got that early kill on the lolersa in the last game. Maybe he's thinking that if I can get this lead again here, maybe I can press my own advantage and draw some more pressure on the map.
Yeah, I think that you can't pick Scion into Gnar and expect to win as Scion. If he's just looking to mitigate and just stay alive, Scion can work. I'm curious to see what else Ian has in his repertoire of top champions, unless he is actually playing the Kayle. But
well, from what I know about UF lolersa, he has played Shen and Scion.
Okay, so
and that's it.
Here, which would totally throw my idea off.
Yeah, at this point, they're just kind of picking a few champions.
So lolersa might be playing Yasuo top, the hard carry champion.
That's gonna be interesting. That's a bit different from Shen and Scion. It's a few more buttons to press.
And locking in the Lulu for Worshippers of H might be going on hit 80 carry Lulu. I think this game is doomed.
I think it
both
is.
Teams are like, haha.
It could also be a Gnar jungle.
This is a pretty...
No, it's got to be a Kayn jungle. I've seen Lindsay practicing that one a little bit.
Okay. And to round up the perfectly with a Heimerdinger.
So it's an Ashe support, right?
Always the no, I think it's a Heimerdinger support. You know,
No, actually, it could be Kayle support
Every
too.
time I
I don't
play
know.
and I'm red side and the four picks that are similar to what we have, the first thing I always tell myself is, what would round out this comp? And my first answer is always Heimerdinger. I definitely think that's a great pickup from the red side there. Definitely, playing to win, as we say.
Well, I'm not. I'm not. Mm, mm.
What are your thoughts about this draft here, Darude?
Uh, well, I like. I I like.
Well, you do realize that
Um,
it's a Vel'koz top, right? That Yasuo did not switch, so it's actually Yasuo Heimerdinger bot,
it, well,
unless he's playing
but
AD carry.
Ashe.
Oh!
I think they just might have role swapped
Oh,
around. I
wow.
think is what
He
it
swapped
is.
to,
So actually think it.
I think it's Unicorn.
I actually think DarkScorpion will be mid lane. He does play a
Yep,
lot of mid, so he'll play the
yep,
Yasuo mid. Heimerdinger should be top lane. It should be an Ashe and Vel'koz
yep.
bottom with a Kayle
Okay,
jungle.
I didn't know if there was rules about
Um,
lane swapping, how many times you could lane swap, so.
Now you can do it as much as you
Okay.
want. This is a lot of lane swapping. Seems like Lobster Man is the one not partaking in any fun, being a bit of a serious, uh,
Gamer.
I serious gamer. Yeah, he's not being a cool gamer like the cool gamers are. By the way, cool gamers versus rotation relegation at 5 p.m. today. Make sure you tune
Subtle
in for
plug, subtle
that. A
plug.
little bit of a
Yeah,
self plug-in.
yep, very, very well done there.
That's my league, so I can do
Integrated
what I want.
flawlessly. So one thing I want to mention too, a little historical background. Fat Booty and UF lolersa, the UF team bot lane of old, actually after I played, but they played in the 2018 league together for a portion of it in the bottom lane until Zoso actually was the AD carry and Ian was support. So just a little historical.
2017,
2017,
right?
you're right. So a little bit of historical background there. So definitely some built-in synergy to the bot lane.
What do you how do you feel about Kayle jungle? I mean, I know it's Lobster Man and he can play whatever, and he's done this a few times and can easily make it work. But how do you actually feel about it?
I played it yesterday, like a few hours
Oh,
ago,
don't mind me.
and it's nice. It's fun. I think it's a little bit disrespectful in a competitive environment because the early game is very susceptible to losing. It's kind of like playing what's a good reference? Kind of like a Mumu a little bit. Very easy to kill early, but her Q actually does AOE to camps, so that's kind of a cool change, and it also reduces the MR and armor, so makes it easier to clear. And when you hit 6, you get the AOE auto attacks, which is super nice for clearing. So it's actually not that troll at all. I don't think. I think it has a 46% win rate in jungle right now, so not great, but not terrible either. But the beauty of it is that you get the yellow jungle item, which complements her perfectly for the on-hit attack speed. And then you can just pretty much go Rage Blade into Nashers or even Hurricane, and you're basically a Twitch in the sense that your auto attacks are insane and AoE. So pretty good. I really like the changes to her kit. I think that they made her very, very viable, especially once you hit level 16. She just feels so great. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, personally, when she first came out, I saw a lot of people saying she was too weak in the other game, but now people finally figuring out how to play her safe, especially with that W max available to her, at least for laning phase. All she needs is the levels, and then she can really kick off. So pretty much a time bomb right here for Worshippers of H to work around. Once this Kayle hits 16, it probably is over, if not even before that.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the lethal tempo, honestly. I don't think it's necessary. I think the fleet work's a better pickup for jungle. Lethal tempo doesn't really do much for you in the jungle matchup, more so of a top lane. I think that's a common mistake for when people are trying Kayle jungle. And also, you don't really need the W max in jungle. That's more of a laning thing, so I definitely would still be maxing E or Q, depending on if he's looking to gank or if he's looking to farm. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm gonna have to flip all these people
Yeah,
into the right
not really
place
LCS
here
order.
because very, very, very rude of them.
So rude. So let's talk about the on-hit Lulu 80 carry for a second. I know that with the resurgence of Nico on-hit 80 carry, a lot of people are more into the on-hit builds. Lulu being one of the OG on-hit builds, so let's see if he
Machine gun
yeah,
Lulu, right?
and he did lock in the Doran's Blade, so definitely going to go on-hit, not just pure AP. So looks like he has lethal tempo as well and some attack speed runes, so interested to see how this one plays out for him. If he can get in range and get onto Ashe or Vel'koz, I think the bot lane actually has a disgusting ability to deal damage with the Pyke CC, so we'll see.
Now, what was interesting was that last game you mentioned that you like your jungler to start in the mid lane so you don't see too much. Well, that's what Kayn did. And, I mean, of course, dipped down a little bit because they knew about the invade, but not too much information picked up on the little baby invade. No wards really placed for Not Allowed to Lose. They don't actually know where Kayn's starting, although it is very, very likely that Kayn starts on the bottom side because of the Raptors, because of the red buff.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be starting red, not Raptors, actually, so maybe not the most ideal start for Kayn, but not a bad start either. Definitely gets the leash, so. But
it's just the idea of getting the leash. Feels good.
So Kayle goes for the smite on blue, which just tells me that he's looking to only farm. He really does not give a damn about any other objective right now. So you'll see him do a full clear. If he doesn't think, yeah, he's not even going to go for that scuttle there in the bottom river because he thinks Kayn started bot. So good call by him. He's probably just going to do a full clear to top, have smite up for red. And if he can get vision of Kayn, he'll be taking the top scuttle. So very predictable pathing.
Interesting thing. Yeah, interesting thing about Kansas is actually went towards the Krugs. It's a high XP start early on. Hasn't actually done the Raptors though. And now going towards that scuttle will be spotted out by the early ward there. DarkScorpion has to push on mid lane. They could actually contest if they wanted, but they're actually not going to. Just going to give up the scuttle. It seemed early back at a CrustyFartMilker.
Yeah, so that's the thing about Kayle jungle early. If you do a full clear, you do have to get that back off, unless you can get an early scuttle to kind of reset your HP bar. But getting that early back, he does pick up the second part of his jungle item, the Hunter's Talisman. So gonna have a little bit more sustainability in the jungle early. And that smite's coming back up for red, so he's sitting pretty right now.
Across the board, just slight CS advantages, but nothing too crazy. Yuuna Korn moving up to the top lane, playing the Heimerdinger. Not fun for any top laner to play against, but we're not necessarily a top laner. It's a little bit safer. Nice little hook there.
Ignite? No, ignited the wrong person actually, unfortunately.
Yeah, he'll be burnt to keep Rolexus alive. Otherwise, everyone's safe. Looks like even summoners are burnt. Tironas still has his flash compared to lolersa having his. So I guess technically 80 carry versus support flash, but
yeah,
it seems like Not Allowed to Lose is coming on top because of the shove and the CS advantage that is building.
Yeah, anytime you have a melee support versus a Vel'koz or any range support, really, it's going to be hard to get a push off of unless you get jungle pressure, or you just destroy them with the HP advantage. So. Great play by the Pyke to get in there. Unfortunate that he ignited the Vel'koz instead of the Ashe, because Ashe got the heal off. But yeah, this is going to be a constant state of push for bot on Worshippers of H.
Getting across WallflowerPower actually struggling a little bit early with the Yasuo pressure. Not too unexpected.
Nice Q there by the Yasuo.
The bottom lane, we're just seeing a little bit of tentacle spamming.
Gets the
a little bit of knockups, a little bit of engages, a little bit of a flash.
Has to blow the flash there. I think one more auto.
I will be back.
Heimerdinger setting up these towers here in a defensive formation so that Gnar can never push up. I like that. Well played. Oh, looking at the Pyke in the 1v1 versus Kayle, gets the stun off. Might have to blow flash here. Oh, the aftershock proc goes off. Yasuo is roaming down first and gets the first blood on Pyke. He has no summoners here. Ooh, forces the TP from Gnar as well as the Orianna flash. due to the fact that she is Kayn here looking to clear his bottom side camps. Gonna be disappointed by that. They're not up. Doesn't decide to go bot to provide backup for the Lulu. Gets the reset for her jungle item as well as boots. Good pickup there. She pings bot lane on my way. You see them backing. Lulu can easily stop both these backs here, and we will see her do that. In fact, good stop there. Pyke is back in lane, and Kayn is pathing towards bottom side. Vel'koz looking very now, looking to shove him back, so that's why he's using up all his mana. Gnar takes a bad trade there, gets stunned by the Heimerdinger E, and gets about half of his health taken out. Yasuo gets his reset off free and clear, pushes it in first. Great wave management by him. And Kayn here looking to get a bot gank off on the overstaying Vel'koz. Gnar coming up here for Assassinbug. Definitely could make a play with his flash. Heimerdinger has not based yet, so doesn't really have an item advantage or a CS advantage. Looking to get the Kayn gank off on the Ashe here. No sums available for Ashe. That's a free kill. Gets the Q off on the Vel'koz as well. Might have to blow flash here. Walks away scot-free. Really good gank there by Kayn. LyndsayBobinski coming in from the opposite wall with her E. Unpredicted path there in the bottom lane. Seeing a not a lot of impact from the Kayle, just slowly farming up. Gets the second blue buff, hits level 5. Level 6 is a big power spike for the new Kayle, being that she gets the ranged auto attacks and the AoE. Ooh, nice Orianna ult there for damage. Tries to wind wall an additional Q, maybe a tower shot. Misses and is going to go down here. Possibly. Doesn't even get the assist on the Pyke. Didn't want to steal the kill. But baits the ignite out of DarkScorpion, so good play by him. But because Kayn is showing bot, Kayle is able to counter jungle these wolves and potentially the Gromp afterwards. Really just looking to hard farm again like we mentioned in the pregame. And hits level 6 off that camp. Gonna get a plating here for Heimer. Pretty much reset as far as CS advantage. Ian looking to land some poke here on the Lulu, which is the 80 carry. But she does have the Cutlass available for the lifesteal, as well as 2 refillable. Stepping up to get the cannon, actually gets it there with her ability usage. Ooh, barely misses that Q. Gonna take a lot of harassment for that trade. Lulu not able to really deal back with Ashe Q just firing off arrows there. Kayn coming back for the repeat gank. I really like this play by him. Should get his ultimate available here. Does have it up. Backs away. Not looking to really go in. Oh, good Lulu ult there. And gonna actually go down there. Vel'koz gets the has to flash. Ooh, nice poly. Kayle is here too. That's a 4-man bot, and they end up losing the Lulu, blowing both sums for Pyke. So it was a 1-for-2 overall. Orianna kind of slow pushing mid a little bit there, not really getting too much pressure in the middle lane off of that roam from the Yasuo. And Kayle has started the dragon, looking to secure that. It looks like it's going to be a water drake, and he is actually soloing it. He might actually have trouble with this unless Ashe comes. He knows now that he's struggling a little bit with it. And he does have smite available, so he should be okay to be on low HP duty here. Opts for the tier 2 boots first. That's a very common start for the Kayle jungle. As opposed to the flat out buy of his completed jungle item. Gnar farming up here. Has about a 15 CS advantage. Lulu flashes the knockup from the Vel'koz. Ashe arrow did hit. Takes about 2/3 of her health. Pyke looking to re-engage with the Kayn available here. They know that Vel'koz has no flash. Gets the knockup. Vel'koz lands a great ult. Oh, barely snipes him off the end there with the W. Blows the Orianna ult, flash, and the ult. The Kayle ult as well. Yasuo no sums. Gonna take one more. Ooh, barely lives there. That second tower shot almost killed him. Ooh, lands the stun and the knockup. Can he get the Q off? Oh, so close there by Assassinbug. Almost getting that 1v1. Was tanking the 3 Heimerdinger turrets as well. Well played though by Korn. And 4-6 here across the board. About a 3k gold advantage for red team. And that I still don't know the name of. Not sure where Darude went, everybody who's still here in the stream chat. So now we're gonna have a little bit of a lull here. Everyone's kind of resetting on the red side. Just stole some of the camps. Yasuo did. Gonna take a tower shot for his efforts. Puts the ward off. And Kayle really doesn't have any more jungle to counter jungle, being that he just took the wolves and Gromp again. So we'll see a 33 CS deficit in the jungle, which if we check, he's about 1,300 gold up right now on the Kayn, even though she has had 3 assists from the ganks she's done bot. I would continue to do that if I were her, being that they are the immobile lane and they don't have any flashes available. Looks like she's gonna actually repeat gank here again. She is pinging the wall that she's gonna kind of go through, and she looks like she's gonna get the gank off here. Gets the slow on Vel'koz, not really anything available, and barely misses the Pyke Q on the Ashe there. Kayle counters by showing top lane. Looking to get a kill on the Gnar. He is in Mega, so he's tankier than normal. Gets a double stun, and might actually... Oh, blows the Kayle ult, and the Heimer ult actually. Or the Kayle flash, I mean. And they do end up picking that kill up. So right now, if I'm Worshippers of Ashe, what I'm looking to do is continue to play through bot side, get ganks off. Top is playing hyper aggressive. That's a nice arrow there by Fat Booty to secure that kill on Kayn. Good rotation into the dragon area. Gets the stun off. Gets the Vel'koz ult to really shore that up, and he just walks away with his passive. 1v2 in the top still. Wow. Burst damage on the Gnar W surprises CrustyFartMilker, so he does not ult there for the final damage. But in the bottom lane, a trade 2v2, and Ashe actually gets both kills. So a 2-for-1 overall, or a 2-for-2 across the board on the map. Gnar comes up for Assassinbug. He looks like he's going to be trying to just wave clear with it, not really engage.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Oh, JK. No, I'm not.
I've been solo casting here. And now we're looking for Pyke to gank mid here. She doesn't really have a whole lot of options as far as farming the top side, so she's probably going to just be ganking bot continuously, because every time she goes top she finds a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so you just saw that little 1v2 there. Assassinbug actually turn around. I think a turret shot might have been involved with helping get that kill, but it's a nice kill for him, and as well as a shutdown of the Gnar in a not very fun matchup here. Can finally maybe get down some damage and get down some of the pressure that he was hoping to get with this pick.
Yeah, but doing well as far as farm goes, and he also has this red buff, so if he ever does step up on the Heimer, he is able to trade here. If he dodges the... Oh, she doesn't actually throw out the stun. Now
going in here though, that's actually a low health Heimerdinger. Lands a stun, but doesn't matter. Too much damage. Doesn't get that combo off fast enough.
Keeps fighting within the 3 turrets.
LyndsayBobinski's in the mid lane.
The W.
Still without that transformation.
Get the stun off actually.
Oh, but that's actually a nice arrow. There's on Rolexus. He'll be out just fine. Tironas trying to do as much damage as he can, but here comes the Vel'koz ult. It will kill. Rolexus forced to flash away.
And had his flash and ult
geometry
available,
is
but didn't think to use it, I think. on the damage there from Vel'koz.
Can't really dodge it so
Well,
much.
you
I mean, you can delay
Ult
it.
yourself though, and save yourself the.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's what I said. The ult.
It's easiest playing AD carry, not having those things work with. A little bit of geometry is going to land there,
Ooh,
but a flash
flashing
forward from lolersa
into
means he
the
gets
stun.
stunned up.
Unlucky.
That's a not top play. 2 Mejais on the side of not allowed to lose. It's pretty bold.
Yeah, not really getting punished.
I'd like to see Yasuo pick one up then to make it 3 Mejais total.
Yeah, a little bit of CS discrepancy here in the mid lane though as well, with DarkScorpion having basically double Oriannas.
Yeah, but CrustyFartMilker is having so much more pressure here in the jungle compared to LyndsayBobinski. I mean, she's gotten off some good ganks and stuff, but just all missed out, missing some W's and just missed timing some different things. Just has meant not as much pressure compared to CrustyFartMilker, who's had really good timing and some really great pressure on each.
Well, he's really not had a lot of pressure on lanes, but more so just being able to counter jungle puts him in a good spot when it comes to rotating around the map. So, you know, basically getting free reign of the jungle here. Ashe flashing forward.
That booty does so much
Plays it
damage.
well.
Oh
Plays it
my
really
lord.
well there with the flash forward and gets the ult off on Tironas. Waiting for that polymorph to come up, but it didn't come up in time. So, good.
16 kills to 6, 16 minutes, and it feels pretty similar to last game, except they're up 11k this time. 3 turrets to 0. DarkScorpion knocking on that mid inner turret. We see the Kayn coming behind. Probably will just push him off if she goes. No, not even going there. Might just give up the tower. Bottom turret's also getting hit. You see the Heimerdinger pushing as well. The Kayle is back in the jungle farming.
Blocks the Pyke Q and almost gets that T2 down.
It just feels like it's going to be a matter of time before, again, this game ends. Last game was about 22.5 minutes. This game on pace to doing something pretty similar.
Yeah, has the Rift
Based
Herald
off of
on Lobster Man or Krusty Milk. Krusty FartMilker? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So probably looking.
I wonder what part of him's crusty.
Yeah, the milk or the fart
That's the main question.
or the human
No.
that is milking.
Could be. Either way, the Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there.
I agree.
Don't know what that has to do with anything, but it relates because of their names. And CrustyFartMilker is pretty unfair right now. 4, 1, and 2 on this Kayle. 6 stacks of Mejai. A lot of attack speed, and is just so much damage. So safe with the Kayle ult. Hasn't really been able.
Ooh, great Q
Which
on
one's
the
which?
Pyke
Haven't really
there.
been-
Gets a lot of damage off on the Vel'koz. And gets the ult too.
Yeah, and there's actually a double
He's
ult
actually gonna
follow-up.
get the
Pyke
kill.
will pick up that kill.
Kayn
Easy
inside.
forward.
Oh,
Dude, that booty
great
dodges
dodge,
out the
actually.
arrow.
Wow, well played.
And there's actually a good knockup too,
Wow.
and that is Ashe going down. A nice shutdown there. Goes to the Kayn. It is a red Kayn. Maybe not Warriors of H can try clawing this thing back down. No, now just 9k off of those 2 shutdowns.
Really nice dodge there by LyndsayBobinski on the Ashe ult to bait that in.
Here's Kayle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kayle actually having, or actually doesn't anymore, but had the most farm in the game there for a second.
Oh no.
She is
That's
playing
a lot of farm.
exactly like Master Yi, and being a Master Yi player definitely helps this type of playstyle of the hard farm.
He's a Master Yi player? Oh, there's a lot of flashes. This is the LPL all of a sudden.
Oh,
we
gets
see
the ult off.
It will land on a 1.
Ults himself,
but
is gonna be
Kayle does
dominating.
so much damage. That's 2 for him.
And
We have
somehow is
Yasuo on the
full
back
health
getting
again.
up 1 kill as well.
Gets the Rift Herald off.
Here comes. Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Ooh,
That's
gets
what
the
I'm learning
knockup
right now.
on the Yasuo. Taking power damage.
Another dodge by
Oh,
LyndsayBobinski. It's
doesn't
not going to
even
matter
at all.
too much. Unicorn
Yeah,
take
had
it
flash
out.
available to her, but she didn't think she could escape. So it looks like
19.5 minutes. We have the Rift Herald in the base.
Looking
Looks
to
like
get
they're going to try to
one
get
tower.
1 extra, if not 2.
might just be looking to end
This
too.
could be the
Yeah, they have
game.
4 down still.
Offset death timers, and this is actually going on quite fast. We have 4 out of 5 out. LyndsayBobinski just not quite up yet. Got one final team fight. The Shockwave's going to miss out because of the wind wall, and that's the Orianna down. It's going to be the Gnar to fall next. Tironas is going to get knocked up on the platform. He'll go down.
God. Yasuo goes
And-
for the ult in the base
Yeah.
just to style on him, and ends up ending the game at 9:55, 19:55. So
Yeah, it's a sub 20
quick
minute
one.
victory. That's a 2-0 for Not to Lose or Worshippers of H. You watched more of this game, I think, than
Uh-huh.
I did. Who's the MVP?
I think we have to give the MVP to probably to Fat Booty. I would say. I think that CrustyFartMilker, you know, albeit did get six, had the best scoreline. Actually, Unicorn had the best scoreline, I guess. Not having a death, but I think Fat Booty with that 1v2 in the bot lane, I would probably give it to him. But either that or